Here we are in the new year, and that means that the Christmas season of 2015 has officially wrapped up. However, I figure we could extend it a bit by kind of just going through some of the stuff that I got, showing you some of the really neat things that my family and friends got for me. I'm not going to be able to show all of it because I did get a couple of t-shirts that I'll probably end up wearing through future reviews. But overall, they put a lot of thought and time into getting me gifts, and it's quite amazing. I think this is one of the best years I've ever had in terms of Christmas gifts because everyone knew exactly what I would want. It seemed like they were reading my mind. So I'm just going to kind of go through a couple of them. The first one is actually in this little green package here, and there's a bit of a story behind this because my wife and I are going to be going with my family to Ireland in February. I'm really looking forward to that trip. But one of the things I really wanted, and I talked about probably incessantly for a couple of months, is an authentic shillelagh. And my wife found one, authentic shillelagh, actually from the town of Shillelagh. And it's made from blackthorn wood, and it is the walking stick version, not the club version. But as a walking stick, it would work really well. But of course, this was used as part of an Irish martial art when weapons were outlawed. So it's a neat little thing, nice little walking stick that also has a nice club end that could definitely hurt if swung hard enough. But yeah, it's really nice. I like this a lot. I don't think I'll be taking it to Ireland with me, but it's something of a reminder of this trip that I'll be taking in a few months. Some other pretty neat things that I got. I thought this one was really cool, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but it is this nice leather-bound journal, and it is made with basically homemade paper. It is very, very rough, and you can tell that it was made very authentically. And it's a blank journal, which means you're supposed to write something in it. And what was given to me to actually write with are 2 quill pens. And these came with authentically created ink. So this one is kind of a greenish, and it's a buckthorn ink. And then I have a black ink that's actually made from iron gall. And then I have, and I don't know exactly how to say this, but a Brazil wood, I think it's Brazil wood, which is actually a reddish color. So I have red, green, and black, and I don't really know what I'm going to do with it because, this journal is really, really awesome. And of course, it's actually, it's got my last initial inlaid there. So I don't know, I think I might actually use this to end up practicing a lot of kind of medieval writing styles, as well as doing some basic copies of original manuscripts if I can, and maybe even trying to do something akin to a small version of an illuminated manuscript. But I don't really know. I gotta think about that one for a while, because I don't want to ruin that really awesome journal by messing things up a lot. Let's see. Here's another pretty neat thing. These are copper plates that are made to basically be reproductions of etchings that you could do brass rubbings of. So I guess these maybe even brass plates, now I think about it. But these are reproductions, and this one in particular is pretty neat because it actually comes from Westminster Abbey. So it's got a nice little knight there. And so I guess you can use it to practice brass rubbings. And I actually really love brass rubbings. I have a couple that were given to me by my grandmother. That are really nice, that have been done in a really interesting way on some fabric, which is very neat. And this one was actually given to my wife, but I'm showing it off nonetheless because I think it's awesome. So yeah, brass rubbings are really cool. Another thing that I got is a nice windlass axe. So this is Museum Replicas Windlass. It is not sharpened, but I probably will sharpen it. This is their horseman's axe. I will, of course, likely do a review of it in the future. But it's really very simple, but I like it a lot. It's a great weight. It feels really good in the hands. It feels very, very sturdy. And I can't wait to actually sharpen it and go use it some. I don't know exactly what I'll do for cut tests, but it'll probably be something a little bit more robust than plastic bottles. So yeah, I really, really like this one. But I think one of the neatest gifts is one that my wife gave me. And it is from an Etsy store called The Art of the Book, or Art of the Book. And it is just this little tiny hand-bound, little dual-sided journal book type thing. And you can see how it was actually made. So it was actually hand-bound with twine. And it's got two little tie-offs here. So I'm going to undo the first one. And so on one half of the book is the I-33 manual, the fight book, with translations as well as text transcriptions. So you can actually go through each and every page of this recreation of the manual and get a translation. So being a HEMA practitioner, this is really cool. And I-33 is something that I'm actually looking to start doing in the new year, so it was really perfect timing for my wife to get me this kind of book, because I'm really excited to kind of go through it. I've been doing longsword long enough now that I'm interested in expanding onto other things. And on the other side of the book is the same manual, it's the I-33, but it's just the print of the original images. So this is meant to just kind of give a very small replica of the I-33, kind of a pocket version. But this is really cool. I had no idea that something like this existed. And I will likely end up doing a review of this as well in the future. I don't know exactly how much is actually on this store, and I tend to not try to look things up because of prices and whatnot, but that was really cool, and I figured that was probably one of the neatest gifts I got, mostly because I didn't know it existed. A lot of these other things I knew existed, but that one I didn't. So yeah, this was a really awesome Christmas. I really love giving gifts, and I'm not gonna lie, I like getting them as well, but I really love giving gifts. I like to put thought into them, and it's really obvious that my family and friends put a lot of thought into the gifts they got me this year. So it's really cool. I'm so thankful for my family and friends, and really for the Christmas season and everything that it represents. So I really, really happy, and I'm really looking forward to this new year. 2016 should be a very, very good year, and I'm looking forward to everything that it's going to bring.